Martial arts and life have a lot in common. Both take a tremendous amount of patience, determination, grit, a strong mindset. And to get either done correctly, you need the right people to listen to. This is Beyond the Mat, the podcast where real talk meets raw insights. Get ready to dive deep into the world of martial arts, coaching, business, and health as we bring you candid conversations with professionals, coaches, authors, and entrepreneurs who are making waves beyond the confines of the dojo. From the adrenaline-fueled arena of combat sports to the boardrooms of successful enterprises, Beyond the Mat is your go-to destination for real and raw discussions, plus invaluable lessons learned on and off the mat. So, if you're ready to unlock the secrets to success in every aspect of your life, let's do this. Live from the Great 1-8, this is Beyond the Mat, where warriors are made and legacies are forged. Here's Mark Cox.
All right. Good morning. Give everybody a minute to step in. Haven't been on the mic for a minute. Almost 5 months, to be honest. That's how long it's been. But I'm here. And I'm back, and I'll talk a little bit. I guess it's St. Patrick's Day. I got our little St. Patrick's in the background. I got a green Philadelphia Eagles shirt on, and away we go. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm kind of looking at myself. Yes, the ridge of my nose does look. This is courtesy of Coach Sergio on jiu-jitsu on Friday, smashing me. It is what it is. When the coach wants to give it to you, you got to take it. That's just the way it goes. All right, so good morning, everybody, and welcome to Beyond the Mat. My name is Mark Cox. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. To my East Coast friends out there, good afternoon to you guys. I know it's close to 12:30 out there, and I got a bunch of you out there is tuning in to say hi. I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. So here's where have I been for the last 5 months, and why did I take a break and stuff like that. So let's just dive right into what that entails. So as the holidays kind of approached, I did make a decision that, you know what, I'm going to step back just a little bit and refocus a little bit and get ready for, and of course, you guys know I'm kind of a Christmas freak. So I had a massive Christmas display that I worked on, and I just took a break because I was working on something for myself, and I've been working on some communications, and I'll dive into that in a second. And I have a couple thank yous that I have should have been out there a long time ago, and one of them is to Juanita Cap, and this is a couple things that happened here. This here is, I wanted to thank her so much for this. This is her, Martial Arts Hall of Fame. And I was an inductee in 2024, the founding member of the year. And that was an award from her. I've been watching her on her journey and helping her through, the ups and downs of it when it was coming through. And at the end of the year, I was inducted into her Hall of Fame. And I wanted to say thank you to her for sure. Also, this is one of the things I took a break from, and because I was really focused in on this. So in 2024, I finally won a speaking competition that I have been trying to do for almost 3 or 4 years. And this is kind of where it will dabble into where I've been. But this is from Emilio, and I entered their contest late in the year, and there was great speakers that day, and out of that, I ended up winning the speaker competition that day. And it was something that I strive for a long time. Now, why did I pause on this? I've been looking hey man, what's up, Jose? That's good, man. I'm glad to see you there. So why did I take this break, and what did I do for myself? Listen, I wanted to become a really better communicator and a speaker, and get on stages and share stories of what I've learned on the mat and beyond. And I had to go ahead and try to focus in on this And if you guys don't know, I did a lot of speaker, I spent a lot of money on going to speaker, not competitions, but trying to teach you how to speak and stuff like that. And it was great. And I had a good time. And I learned a lot. But I went ahead and looked up at Toastmasters. And 3 years ago, almost now, 2.5, 3 years ago, I decided that I was going to do this Toastmaster thing. And I dove right in. Now, I don't know how you guys are. Hi, Diva. How are you, honey? Uh, I dove right in on how to do this. And when I did it, I was like, man, how do I become a better communicator so that when I'm on Zoom calls or even on my podcasting or I'm in front of the room, how do I become better? How do I resonate a message that can somebody take something away from it at all? I know God gave me a unique skill set when it comes to breaking and stuff like that. And that's kind of what put me on the forefront of speaking before. So after I decided to do this, I said, hey, I got to dive into this and concentrate on this and come back even better than I was before. So that's what I did. And of course, you guys know I'm pretty competitive. So I went ahead and started going to competitions inside Toastmasters. And so there's a tier. It's kind of like when I was competing before in martial arts. You have to be able to go to the next level and to the next level and next level and see how when you win. You have to win inside your club in order to go to district, in order to go to internationals. So this is a 3-year process, guys. Even this one, this trophy right here. And Jose is on here. Jose, if you're still listening, you'll get something out of this story because this happened to you also. So this is right here. It took me 3 years to win this one. I mean, I went in time and time again. And that's when I was like, there's something not clicking. There's something not working that I've got to get into and make sure that I can move an audience to the next level and remember what I'm talking about. So part of anything, hear me say that so word? You guys can start dinging me every time you hear these filler words. I needed to have something where I can have some feedback. I'm not sure how you guys are good. I really need feedback. It's not about the glitz and glamour of having a reel and all that kind of stuff. I need real feedback. How do I perform better? And so that's what I went after. And then I decided I want to compete. I want to become one of the international speakers in Toastmasters. So I started working towards that. And this last month, I won inside 3 months ago. I won inside the club in order to go to the international contest. And then I went to the international contest. And I've told you guys a million times in my stories, I never learned from my wins. I always learn from my losses. And I have prepared a speech. And on my next podcast, I'll probably do this speech at the very end of it. I'm not going to do it today, but I'll do one that I did for the competition. And then I'll get some feedback from you guys. So I went into this and I really worked hard on this speech. Working on hand gestures, how to move an audience. Is my voice fluctuation good? Is everything I'm doing on point? And then I went into this competition. Now, when I stepped on stage and they introduced me, I went in and I could tell that, and I did break some boards in this because I knew that would be something people remember when you speak. So I was moving the audience for sure. And clapping in between. And it was great, man. I had such a good time with it and smiling. And then the other few that I was competing against, they did great job too. But I felt that my message resonated well. I had 3 talking points. I had a great, conclusion and a call to action. I did everything that you need to do on this. I just worked really hard on this speech. And so it comes times for, if you win this one, then you get to step onto the bigger stages. And this is what I was going for. And all of a sudden, the international speaking competition comes up and they say one thing. They say, unfortunately, one person went over time. And so they were disqualified. And I said, oh, man, because I remember seeing the red card. When you see a red card, you got 30 seconds to wrap it up, and you can't be overtime or you'd be disqualified. And I thought I did because I didn't see anybody else get a red card, just me. So with all that said and done, when it was all said and done, I lost the competition because I went overtime by 7 seconds. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And so I said to myself, well, this is just par for the course. This has happened to me before in competitions where I thought I did well, and then all of a sudden it wasn't well. And I decided to go ahead and I kind of broke down my speech, and I asked the judges, and they couldn't really tell me without telling me, but I knew that I had won. I knew in my heart that I won that competition, and then I was disqualified for going over by 7 seconds. And I knew it in my head when I saw the red card. I should have just wrapped it up right then and there. But I will tell you this. That will not happen to me again. That will be on the forefront of what I do from now on when I do any kind of competitions. If there's a time frame, I will be done with that within the at least 30 seconds before time is up, to give me the cushion that you need to be able not to go over time. And I know Jose, we were in a competition together, and I know if he's still on here, I know that we went ahead and it was some good competition too, but he had such a good speech. And I know he didn't win it that day either because he went over time. I remember it vividly going, I don't know how you didn't win that. You had to not go, you had to be in overtime. That's why it happened. And that's exactly what happened with him too. So he has a heart for that. Also, one of my good friends that are on here listening. With that being said, this is some of the reasons you haven't seen me for a while. I really wanted to hone in on my skills, and hi Pat, how you doing? It's good to see you on here. I really wanted to hone in on my skills as far as communication goes. I think that a good communicator, it goes well not just in business or if you want to speak or whatever you want to do, but it just goes better as you for life. How are you going to communicate on the mat? How am I going to communicate to a group of people that you want to move them to the next level of their life? And how do you do that? How do you formulate a good speech that things can be remembered, so you're not kind of throwing up on people when you're trying to get your point across? And I think that this is hard even for our young ones, right? I know that my daughter couldn't stand a speech class. I never mind doing speech classes. Even when I was in college, I didn't mind getting up there and speaking in front of a group. I did have butterflies. It was kind of weird before I got up. I usually don't get super butterflied, but being in competition, there's something on the line for that. And you want to showcase what you've done well. And I have a team behind me in the Simi Valley Toastmasters, and they're rooting for me, and they all help me with my journey along the way to, hey, sharpen this. And you have to have a little bit of thick skin. You got to be able to take some criticism. And so when I say you got to take some criticism, I hope you understand that even on the mat, when you want to get well in life, you can't always have the pat on the shoulder and everything's awesome type of attitude. It's just not realistic. And I need to have some real feedback. Now, is there ways to give feedback? Sure, there's ways to give feedback, because you also have to highlight the positive along with the negative. And I know inside the martial arts school, especially me, it's hard to get the compliments like that. Hey, David Starachi. Yeah, I'm back, my brother. I'm back. So it's hard to get motivated to come back to something that you stepped away from. But I did it for a purpose, right? Was it easy to come back? And it could have been easy not to do any more podcasting, for sure. But I have to ask myself, why? Why did I start this? And you have to ask yourself the same question. Why did you start something that, it's easy to step away from? Why did you start the gym? Why did you start martial arts? Why did you start a business? Why did you start all this stuff? For what reason? And then you got to take yourself and step back into it so that you can excel to that next level. You need to break through. If you don't break through, you'll never come through. You just won't. So remember that when you guys are asking yourself these things. How do I stay motivated? Motivation is such a double-edged sword, right? Because motivation is so short term. Everybody has motivation in the morning, and then as soon as life hits us a little bit, motivation is out the door, and reality starts to set in, and self-discipline has to take over. And do you have the self-discipline to walk through the storm in order to come out in calm waters? You have to ask yourself those questions. Do I have that? Do I have the resolve? Do I have resolve at all? What are my kids watching me when I go through adversity? Was it not great when my kids came home because they, Dad, did you win? Did you do it? And I said, no, I didn't win, man. I have to sharpen my sword a little bit more. I made a mistake and went over time. But that shows that, I'm not going to quit. I still have things to learn. I want to do that big stage, and that's what I'm going to do. With that all being said, it also physically, health being on the forefront, as you guys know, I don't know if you know, but this is my birthday month, right? And so in a couple of weeks, we'll be doing my birthday roll. It'll be 64 minutes this year on the jiu-jitsu mat on our Friday class, and just getting hammered for 64 minutes. But I will do it nonstop, no breaks, to celebrate this year again. We did it last year, and we'll go again this year. Unfortunately for me, everybody has a whole year now of getting better and better and better. And so they'll be bringing it to to Big Daddy here for sure. I'm sure of it. So if you guys want, you guys are welcome to come in. It's Friday at noon. We'll be doing this birthday roll. You're welcome to come in and get a round in with me. I welcome it. I encourage it. I look forward to it. It allows me to know that I'm out here doing what I do, and God's still giving me another year to do it. So with that being said, come on down Friday, the 28th at noon. Come down and roll with me. We'll see you there. Now, let me talk to everybody that's on here just for a second, because I won't be going for a whole hour today. I'm just going for, I want some feedback from my audience now. It seems that my numbers go up when I'm solo, and then depending on the guest, it can go well, picking my guests on who to bring in. And so I like to add that to you guys when you can add some comments to me or send me some DMs or whatever. Do you enjoy the solo podcast? If I hit certain points, do you enjoy that? Would you enjoy how I can help you become a better communicator? Would it be, do you like certain guests? And when it comes to guests, what do you look for in a guest that you like? As you notice, I'm not really a political show. I'm more of a life coach show, helping you get through life, because I've got a lot of stories to help you get on that, hence the name Beyond the Mat, and the stories I've learned here and the stories I still learn every day on this mat. I don't know how to, life can take such a quick turn, and we have to make sure that we maintain our goals when we're hit with such adversity. Out there that even my own my martial arts instructor, Mr. I, just fighting his battle, Jackie Flame, by fighting her battle with her cancer and overcoming, my instructor overcoming, watching these warriors do it. How can you not look at that and say, that's the way to live life, which is awesome, which is really good. So I encourage you guys to do the same. What is it that you want to do? What do you want to change? What do you guys want to change about yourself? Is it health? Is it physical? Is it mental? You got a mental shift. Do you want to have better relationships? Do you want to have, try and live more life, have fun? Do you want to be a better role model? What is it you want for yourself? So I ask you guys, when it comes to the podcasting, what it looks like to make a difference in the lives that are around you. Because I'm telling you, when you go to the cemetery, which which happens quite often, it is such a finality. And when it comes time to be a finality, you want to make sure that you've made your mark. And are you doing that? Are you making your mark? So I encourage you guys to get after it. Find something. Everybody does it in the beginning of the year. That's another reason I didn't come back in January, because I didn't want to it's a new look, a new me, and a new yada, yada, yada. We're here in March and I'm still going to the gym. And if life is not starting in January 1st and ending February 1st or January 15th, the gym was so crowded. I don't know if you guys, it drives me absolutely crazy in January to try and go to the gym, but it was just so crazy. Hey, Emilio, how you doing, brother? So that's why I decided to start here. I knew it was going to be around my birthday that I was going to restart this and rebrand this podcast. So I'll be coming at you for sure every week that I can. Some shows that I can't, I'll be traveling. I want to make sure that I have something for you. Daniela is on also. Hey, Daniela, how you doing? These are my peeps from, you see my Eagles, baby? My Philly peeps are on there. There you go. Good. Man, so many people up and listening today, man. You guys hop in the comments if you'd like, man. I'll put a shout out to you if you put a little comment in and say hi. I got some people that have liked some stuff. Elias is here. Jose Aguilar is here. JB. And that was another one. That was a great coach that Sergio had come and coach us here. JB, if you're still listening, man, we certainly love you and your wife when you come out and give us a little bit of jiu-jitsu love, trying to strangle us in our clothes. It was awesome. I had a really good time with you. And Justin, what's up? Wear that hoodie loud and proud, homie. Let's go. We are champs, bro. It's good to see you, Justin. If you guys don't know him, I'd go follow Justin also. Man, what a story he has. His podcast is killer. If you want to go follow him out, make sure you do. And look at all the hey, man, it's a family reunion on here as we all saying hi to everybody. Sorry, I'm getting so sidetracked, but I haven't got to see my people in a minute now. So it's good to see everybody here and popping in, saying hi. Man, I missed everybody for sure. So with that being said, guys, like I said, I don't want to take an all-day gig on here, but I do want to talk about being self-disciplined a little bit and what that looks like. I have another journey that I'm on right now. I'm still pursuing my martial arts. I'm on the mats every week, getting my ass handed to me pretty much as it goes. But man, I'm telling you, it's such a blessing to be on the mat for sure. I know so many that wish they could. And yes, you are correct. Yes, Daniela, I will be there in Philly in August. I am going in August to Emilio's event. I'm going on to some big yacht thing, on the big yacht boat. But yes, this is the book I wrote. If you guys haven't had a copy and you'd like it, I do have some here. Send me a DM. I can send stuff out to you. If you want an autograph, I'll be glad to do it. And believe it or not, I'll tell this story about my book while I have Emilio and Daniela on. I keep my books. If you guys don't know, I have some great Airbnbs in Georgia. This is where I've invested with some, my last one was with a partner and, and myself, Kat and I, we've got some properties out in Georgia, some condos by Georgia Southern Universities. And I got a home out there in Lyons. And so I have all this, I keep books there for, on purpose. And I can't tell you how many I've had to replenish my books because the guests have taken them. So Emilio and Daniela, you always say your book is kind of your business card on what you are. And it's great to have guests that's come from all over the states that come and stay at the condos, or they're coming into town to watch their kids graduate college, or one's coming in to go fishing at the pond house that I have. And it's just awesome that they say, hey, this book. And I said, hey, you're welcome to it. You take it. I always keep about a dozen copies signed, and my crew puts them out for us. And so it's always awesome to know people are enjoying the book. And I'm glad I did that with you guys. Now that I have a little more life, I do have that on a back burner. I have a book titled Black Belt Tactics in Life and Business, and it's just sitting on the shelf. It's done, believe it or not. It's kind of written. I just haven't dropped time to do it. Focusing on the studios, focusing on the Airbnbs, focusing on getting better at speaking. It's just I have so much on my plate that I just couldn't get to the book. But with that being said, guys, that's where self-discipline comes in. I can keep myself busy all day long, and then I don't know about you. Do you end up this thing suck right here? This is a motivation killer. Okay, this thing right here. Tell me if you agree. I mean, this little thing that sits in my hand has so many countless hours that you can get wrapped up in BS from now until doomsday. Matter of fact, it even has this little button right here that says Netflix. It says, if you hit Netflix, I believe Netflix stands for the enemy of motivation. That's the name. Netflix in the dictionary would be the enemy of motivation. That's what Netflix stands for, right? You can push this button and be wrapped up in stuff all day long, every day, all day that you want. And it's such a little killer, this little thing that fits in the palm of your hand, or this one too, right? Here's another motivational killer. How many people are doing this all day? Scroll and scroll and scroll. And it starts at 10 o'clock, and all of a sudden it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and you're like, all of a sudden that pops up in I don't know this, but I've heard that somebody pops up in the screen and says, are you scrolling? It's really time that you should go to bed. Unless I'm the only one that's had that scroll come up and say that, for sure. So with that being said, guys, don't ever stop your self-discipline for lack of motivation. All right. And let's see what we got here. I got so many comments coming up here. Love this story from Emilio. Thank you, Emilio. Yes. Pat Foster, word. Yes. Good. I'm glad you're here listening with us. Let's congratulate the world. Yes, this is Emilio. Emilio, you know what? I don't know, you weren't here, but I did put it out there and say thank you so much to you and Daniela for, I was telling the story. I don't know if you were online with us or not, on how I lost four times that I tried to win this competition. And you know that the second place is not the place I was looking for. I really wanted to go after this, but I just wasn't good enough back then to make it happen. And so I had to go find something. And that I tell you once again, guys, if I can just hammer this in more and more, don't let your losses depress you, even though they are depressing sometimes. Make them push you and grow you. I don't know, man. I wanted so bad to be on a stage and people teach, and I go spend all this kind of money, and nobody gave me any good feedback on how to be a better speaker. And this little Toastmaster International that I pay $60 every six months has set the stage for me to be such a better speaker. And it's such a blessing. But it all started with Danielle and us. When I went back, when we wrote the book, I started on those stages. I know that I have a wow factor about me back then, and I'm breaking bricks, and that's what everybody remembers about me. And which is a blessing that I had that gift. But I want the gift that they remember me for what I have to say, not just for me to smash things when I can. That's the fun part of it. And so that's what I did. And hope you guys can get anything from me. I encourage you to look at your self-discipline and fix a little area. Don't fix it all. Fix one Fix one. Is it get up earlier? Is it go to bed earlier? Is it to stop scrolling at a certain time? Okay. Is it to put the object of death down just for a second, to put your mind into someplace else that's going to give you better results in your life? That's what I want. Are you going to get better results in your life? How do I do that? You got to put down the enemies that are taking your motivation away. Okay. Self-discipline is the key to motivation. And the other thing about motivation is you have to have a win. And if you have a win, you got to have some kind of a victory for yourself. Now, the win isn't, hey, I've lost 5 pounds and I'm going to go eat now something because I deserve it. That's not the win. I'm not talking about that. No. The win is, hey, man, I've lost 5 pounds. I'm going to add an extra half a mile to my walk. That's what that win is. And I just want to say that when you guys looking at yourself in the mirror, you ask yourself, am I forging forward? Am I making excuses? Am I doing what I need to do? Am I self-disciplined today? What can I change? What self-discipline can I change today? Okay. Don't try and change a whole block. You got to change this little bit. And if you change it and you do it, then accept the private victory for yourself. Public victories are awesome, aren't they? Public victories are when everybody's patting you on the back and you're great and you're getting big hugs and a high five in the and you're getting all that energy back at you when you're on stage. And man, that public victory is awesome. But I'm going to tell you that the private victories are the times that you sit like myself. And I remember trying to get better at jujitsu, man. It is a tough game to get better and better. And as you get older, it's even a tougher game because you got young guys that are just smashing you. But I'm going to be that old guy on the mat that's going to continue trying to get better for myself. And so when I told myself, I got natural strength, God's always given me some kind of strength, which is a blessing, but it's a curse also sometimes, especially in jujitsu. So I told myself, hey, listen, I'm not going to do, and I didn't tell anybody. I said, I'm not going to use a bunch of strength anymore. I'm working on my jujitsu game. And I put myself in positions where I just got smoked. For a week solid, I got nothing but tap after tap. And, you thought my jujitsu game went down. And then the next week, all of a sudden, guess what? I wasn't tapped as much. Not that I wasn't tapped. I just wasn't as much. I could have quit the first week if I wanted. But then the next week, all of a sudden, I was tapping. I wasn't using strength. I was improving a game that was weak in my area. And I'm like, wow, by the 30 days, it was kind of a give and take. And I'm like, okay. And I remember sitting in a sauna. I have a wet steam at home, and I'm sitting in the sauna. And after a class one day, I went home and I sat in the sauna and I was just reflecting. And I said, nobody knows this, but I know this. I know this. I accomplished something that I set out to accomplish for myself. And I got better in those 30 days. 30 days. 30 days can change your world if you give yourself just a little bit of self-discipline. And make sure that you celebrate your public victories for sure, but your private victories, you cherish those. You cherish the times that you say you're going to do something and you do it. Because here's the thing, especially about health or weight loss, you can go to the gym for a solid month and you might not even hardly see. You're not going to go to the gym one day and come home and look at you and you're going to be starting booking at my guns. What do those look like? And then it'd be like, oh, no. That's not going to happen. Sometimes even in 30 days, you might not see a gain. But the consistency is all of a sudden other people start seeing it. And you're like, wow, this is how it's done. Take your private victories. Take your private victories. I encourage you to look in the mirror and fix something of self-discipline today. Don't do it for me. Okay. Don't, if you do it because of me, great. I'm glad I can help motivate you guys because I have motivators out there all the time. And I just see that Mike Faber, I don't know if he's still on here, but he put a reaction in there. It's good to see him on here too. He's a good guy too. And right here, David Strachey. Yes, Mr. Strachey, we have been together. We've been together for a long time. So we definitely have chewed the same dirt for sure. I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in, man. And what a blessing it is to see everybody on here today. with that being said, let's, here's what I'll talk about, right? In the end, life doesn't reward those who wait for the perfect moments. Life just doesn't reward for those who are waiting for the perfect moment. There's no perfect moments, guys. It rewards those who create the moments. Life doesn't wait for the perfect moment. It rewards those who create it. You've got to create your moments, guys. Discipline isn't punishment. It's the highest form of self-respect that there is. Every day you have a choice. Stay comfortable in stagnation or step boldly into the discomfort and grow. Those are your things that you want to do. Do I want to stay comfortable or do I want to be comfortable in the uncomfortable? Stay comfortable in stagnation or step boldly into discomfort and grow. A warrior doesn't rise in easy times. They are forged in the fire of struggle and they're sharpened by challenge. Listen to that one more time. If you want to write it down, you're welcome to. A warrior doesn't rise in easy times. They are forged in the fire of struggle and they're sharpened by challenge. I say that this message is for you, but be honest with you, this message is for me because I want to become better and better on that stage. I want to become better and better in my business. I want to become better investor. I just want to get it going. I just want to be about it. I don't like talking about it. I want to be about it. I'm sure that you guys have had the same thing. With that being said, guys, listen, I've been on here for about 36 minutes. I could sit and talk. I would really like some real feedback from you guys on what you think about the podcast. Do you like when I speak on by myself? Do you like occasional guests? It's just where I'm trying to see the best bang for the buck for the podcast to help you guys. With that being said, if you guys can go also, I'm on Apple, Spotify, all of them. If you guys can go in, I'm not sure where you listen. Today you're listening live, so you get the video of it. It's also on YouTube Live. If you could end up going to any of my podcasts, leave a review, go to on Apple or Spotify and subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Believe it or not, that is where we get most of, going up in our podcast, going up and being seen. So a good review and going after sharing the videos if you can. If you think it's worth listening to, say, hey, this is a good 36 minute video if you can. Let's see, what's Daniela? What are you giving me? Say we give you pie. We can do a combination of both. Have your guests on for 3/4 of the hour, then the last 15 minutes be your reflection time, which just talk about. Oh, that's a good idea too. I hadn't thought about that. That'd be great for sure. Sounds good. These are the ideas I need to have bounced off back to me. With that being said, guys, I hope your day goes awesome. My people out in the East Coast, I will be there in summertime, maybe doing the Rocky say, dun, 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 bah. And maybe I'll get on those Rocky steps and with you guys. I look forward to it. I'll be on this yacht thing, the Dan Franklin yacht. I'm looking forward to that. Something I've never done, so I look forward to it. Hope your day goes well. You guys do something for yourself today. Put something in place of self-discipline and make your day better for yourself and your family. I love you guys. Beyond the mat, out. Have an awesome day.
You've been listening to Beyond the Mat. Our passion is martial arts, and that branches off to coaching, business, and health. So we think it's important to sit down with professionals, coaches, authors, entrepreneurs, anyone who's making waves beyond the confines of the dojo. Thanks for coming over. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, hit the website at markcox.com and hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Beyond the Mat Podcast. Find the show on Spotify and Apple. Beyond the Mat. Till next time. Keep it real.